When they've got a headache, you feel it too. You enjoy the show. We'll do the headache relief for up to 8 hours. Nurofen. Leave the headaches to us.
Boy! You! Good God, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue. Like a soldier, deep in my heart I adore ya. Good God. Morning, John. My fucking stomach, bro, is fucked. One minute.
Straight motherfucking baller. Part 2. Still baller. Corrupt up in this motherfucker. West side.
It'd be like if we couldn't dream.
Never since a nigga was a steed, only thing promised to me was a penitentiary. Still ballin', riding on these niggas cause they lame. In the 6-1 Chevy, still heavy in this cat. Can you feel me? Blame it on my mama, let me go. Before the sunrise, quicker than the trunk, till it's tell me if it's up. Nigga, if we fuck up, I'm gon' bust on these bitch made niggas hit 'em up. West side, ain't nobody love me as a broke nigga.
Morning, Pac-Man.
In the pen, many peers dead, niggas still ball. Till the day I die, you could bring your crew, but we remain true. Motherfuckers still ballin'. Niggas wonder why. You could bring your crew, but we remain true. Motherfuckers still ballin'.
Check the sound up. In other words, we put it around up. People on the dance floor just moving. Yo, just learn the timing. Pull up your bumper. Hold to the man up in the corner. All the people up in the inner yard. Check the style, check the stamina. Pull it back, check the sound up. In other words, we put it around up. People on the dance floor just moving. Yo, learn the timing. Pull up your bumper. Hold to the man up in the corner. All the people up in the inner yard. Check the style, check the stamina. Check the sound up. In other words, we put it around up. People on the dance floor just moving. Yo, just learn the timing. Pull up your bumper. Hold to the man them in the corner. All the people them in the inner yard. Check the style, check the stamina.
They done did it like the dog got the cage. I'm pumped up with the kid. I done did it all. Everywhere I go, I ball. Keep my game tight.
I'm carrying it.
Like the heat to the mall. Got your heart. I get stitches. Game of BB bridges when I was young, dreaming about money, fame, and bitches. I like fat asses, fat money bags, and cash and masses. Only ass time. true motherfuckers still ballin'. Niggas wonder why. You can bring your crew, but we remain true motherfuckers still ballin'.
Check the sound up. In other words, we put it around up. People on the dance floor just moving. Yo, just perfect timing. Pull up your bumper. Hold to the man up in the corner. All the people up in the inner yard. Check the style, check the stamina. Check the sound up. In other words, we put it around up. People on the dance floor just
High
moving.
performance. It's cold, sorry. Cold.
Hold to the man them in a corner. All the people them in the inner yard. Check the style, check the stamina.
True motherfuckers still ballin'. True motherfuckers still ballin'.
What it'd be like if we couldn't dream.
Good morning. I dyed me hair and it turned out the way I wanted, so I'm happy now with it. So I won't be dyeing my hair anymore. Well, not a different colour anyway. I'm staying with this colour.
Take me higher tonight. Lost in time, lost in sound. In this moment, we are free. Eternity is calling me.
No, you don't. Bollocks to it. Lakers. Shout out to Kobe Bryant. Shout out to Big Shaq. Shout out to James. Shout out to Magic Johnson. We're here to play, not for nonsense. Anyway, it's Tuesday, the 27th of January. We all woke up today. That means you. Morning to you, mate. Hey, Mr. BDL.
Experience agility like never before. A powerful electric.
Let's go back. It's pissing out in Manchester, that's what I do know. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Hello. Good morning. We done the business, right? That's all I cared about. Being a Man United fan, it's been long. It's been long done. Like a marathon. It's been long. Shout out to Loch Lomond. I envy you, bro. What a beautiful place in the world to be. Wow. Go vegan if you care about God's creatures and creations. Go vegan. Return to the Garden of Eden. I like that. Listen, how about this? I am not vegan because I need a reason. Although I do use. Does that count? Hey, does it count if you use vegan shampoo? And shout out to you know who. Fuck you in your face, Diana. We'll see. When we bump into each other, we'll see how tough you are. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you, bro. Morning, Glenn. I've always wanted to go fishing there. And one more thing. And another thing. It's gonna die very soon. Right. It was a fucking great result, Ron. Come here. I don't know any is right. Have any of us watched that thing about that geezer who's climbing that building in Taiwan? Have you seen how tall it is? I forget what Alex's second name is, right? But I watched him climbing the side of the North Face. Do you understand? He's fucking unreal. What's his second name? Is a park. I watched a documentary years ago that he did. Hey, Andrew. And He's a free solo. He's one of them climbers that climbs without ropes or nets. Free solo climbing, and he's the best in the business. He's the best in the world at it. I'm like, my man's about to die live on TV without a parachute. Listen. Yeah. Have you seen how high that building is? Have you seen? And all you? Me and I'll tell you, right, here, I've had to climb a few buildings in my life, right? Many years ago when I was younger. Let's say if you had to get rid of the police, you had to hide on business. Here, never mind this guy. Have you seen how high he's climbing? Do you understand? It's like he's climbing. I'm looking at that building and I'm like, I still haven't done it, John. Forgive me. Where's the fucking pen? I need to send myself a text message to remind myself. Like I said, my memory, it's getting worse. You know, I'm just glad I'm with me missus. You know, so I don't have to do it on my own. I don't know where to start when it comes to being honest with you about a certain thing that's going on in my life at the moment, that's going on in my head. It's like I've got a wheelchair and Alzheimer's to look forward to. Now, a few years ago, I tried to take my life, not just because my dad was dead, but because of the pain I was in. I couldn't cope with it. And that was one of the reasons why as well. You know, but what I didn't know was, many years later, I'd end up becoming a grandfather and a dad again. You know, it's like I said, I've been part of this community, guys, for the last 8 years. Don't get me wrong, I've lost me shit a few times, but I stay in my own lane. Out of all the 7,056 videos I've made, I have not called anybody out, nor grown my channel on the back of anybody else's. I have grown my channel for one thing, so I have an audience like this from all over the place. Irishmen, Englishmen, Scottishmen, all Welsh, all getting along in the same room. So what if you're English? So what if you're black? So what if you're brown skinned? Who gives a fuck? You bleed the same as me. And I'd imagine you have parents like I did. And you want to make your parents proud, don't you? I fucked that up at the start, believe me. Because I felt secure around a load of bowsies from Ballyferma houses. I had to grow up a certain way because of me family, because of me uncles, because of the high expectations from me. Like my father had very high expectations for me, and I broke his heart and caused him to have a heart attack. You know, my father found something in my house that dads aren't meant to find, you know. It's like, so I always said, you know what? I'm not leaving nothing to chance. So, I have a friend on here called Spencer McDermott, and I've a friend called Harpo O'Driscoll. I've a friend called Deco Lyons. I have a friend called Darren Kershaw, Les Kershaw, Jimmy Kershaw. Can all tell you, we were all part of Dublin Christian Mission. Okay, it's like a God youth club. It's like Fianna Éireann, except for Christians. And I've been to both. Anthony Flanagan, ask him. Fianna Éireann when we were kids. I only went because he asked me to go. Here, I only went a few times. You had to speak Irish the whole time. Fuck that. You know, I'm not fluent. I can say a couple of things. For example, Jude MacDonald is an dum, Gura Mila Mahagut in you come, Chucky Erla, Eringa Bra, Oglana Erin, and shout out to me that. Bugle, see the fuck she is, cuteness, Gura Mila Mahagut, down your fucking veil. Do you know what I said? Good. You see, people used to think I was a fucking idiot, and I was. But guess what? I made a deal with God. If he helped me get my education back and get me out of jail, I'd use it. A couple of people, help a few survivors, especially a suicide, because I'm a big fan of yours. If you survive suicide here. The weekend I had to go and wave to an old friend. You know what I did on the weekend when I had my son to show how strong I am? I walked over to the place where I tried to kill myself and I made a few videos. And I looked at it and I was like that, look, yeah. I pissed on the devil. Do you understand? He had me. He was that close to getting me. And God intervened. And a little orange pillow. Yeah, here, Irishmen lay that way across the railway track, not that way. Here, I wasn't looking to be decapitated and end up in a wheelchair. I wanted sudden death, instant death. It didn't go that way. That's why I've a super faith. I believe in God because he showed himself to me twice. Once on a railway line and once in my bedroom. So I know where I'm going. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. It's like, so I want to spend as much time with my children as I can. I want to remember as much as I can because I'm forgetting really bad. Right, so I've been on a lot of antipsychotics for years, okay? Now, I'll tell you something you might know about me. When I was a kid, I did that in a flat in Fatima Mansions, Dublin, in 1979. The flat went up, burnt me brother and sister to death, and I was on the balcony listening to them. Hey, imagine having to live with that. I had 13 years of therapy in James's Hospital. I was going to see psychiatrists every fucking week. Do you understand? 93 psychiatric evaluations. I'm damaged goods, but I'm not on my own. But I know what I am. I know what I have. I know I can be a prick at times. You know, but I've only ever grown this channel for love. I don't make a cent off YouTube like everybody else. This was always about growing a little community within a community because there's loads of different people that come in and out of here from different walks of life, different religions, and we all get along. You know, I don't allow carnage in here. And if you're respectful to me, you'll get the same back. You know, but imagine having to live with that. Hey. Yeah, well, at least we're not German, you big Nazi. Go on out with that. Here, you're not getting your fucking mascot back. I have him, and fuck his face. Fuck Hitler too, how about that? Yeah. And fuck your Prime Minister as well. You're hiding loads of terrorists over there. How are you, Stephen? It was a fucking great result. Like, I was watching it with my sons. Like, I always wanted to take my son to Old Trafford. gonna show you something. You see him? He come to see me yesterday, sorry. He's on his way to Amsterdam right now, him. But yesterday, I watched football with me two boys. You know, like I said, listen, I'm not gonna beat around the bush no more with just because I haven't got time for it. I haven't got the patience for it. I've had a lot of bad news that I don't need to share on here. But know this, I'm losing me shit, I'm forgetting stuff. When I was 8 years old, I was put on Ritalin. I didn't know what it was. I don't even think me mother knew what it was. And it made me hyper, do you understand? I got that bit of Indian ink put on me. Ken O'Driscoll put that on me at 8 years old. I haven't got one tattoo on me body. Well, I have plenty of tattoos. They're just here. You can't see them. So, it's like what I've learned is, it's like if you take loads of drugs in your lifetime, know this, you're going to have complications later on when you try come clean and you try be sober. There's complications. Like, for instance, it's like if you're taking drugs most of your life, you're gonna be fucked, you know. Like, I've a lot of shit going on, like, and the thing that scares me the most, and listen to me, I've had guns pointed at me head. Do you understand? They don't scare me. Here, what a way to go out. That's gangster, that shit. But, I think it's all bullshit. You know, that kind of life. It's like, and I've a load of friends at home that made bad decisions like me, that are still on a shitload of medications. You know, it's like, and what you don't understand is, a lot of these medications have side effects, horrendous side effects. Like, imagine I'm not sure, I don't want to be rude here, right, but I have certain things going on with my stomach and my head. Forget me mental health. It's like, you know what I'm terrified of? Not knowing who my kids are. You know, you can do anything to me, mate. But for me, that's like a death sentence. I'd sooner be dead than not recognising who my children were. I'm sorry, but fuck that. No. I don't even know how I'm still here. Me pain threshold has gone through the roof, right? I have degenerative disc disease, yeah? Number one, physical, yeah? I've got complex PTSD, psychosis, and survivor's guilt. Right. The reason I have complex PTSD, when I was a kid, I lit a fire in me house. I ended up getting blown onto the balcony when I opened the fucking door. There was a milk crate in the hall. I got blown onto a balcony, yeah? Me mother had just left us for a couple of minutes and went down to get nappies. And I woke up, found a box of matches, went under the bed, did that. The whole place was up. Me hair was on fire. I tried to open the door and I got blown onto the balcony, mate. So I always said, like, you know, I always felt responsible for that. Even though you're a kid, people can say to you, listen, you were only a kid. Listen, don't patronise me. It never goes away. Every time I hear an ambulance, but here's the truth, I learnt myself coping strategies, how to deal with it. You know, anytime I used to burn myself, or it would remind me, because I remember a 4-year-old kid lighting a fire, and then I was on a balcony I could hear me little brother and sister screaming, crying because they were burning. And it damaged me. Damaged me ma. Me mother never forgave herself for that, for leaving. She only was gone 2 minutes. And like I said, you know, I've learnt myself coping strategies. I'm not afraid. The difference between me and a lot of people on YouTube is I didn't come here for the money. I come here to create a little community within a community and network with different people that have mental health illness. Because men are afraid to speak up because we're men. It's the human condition. We're meant to be solid, right? We're meant to be tough guys. You know what I mean? Good guys. You know, good fellas. You know, you can say, like, you see Jude, I know him years. He's a good lad, like, you know what I mean? Or you see him over there, I know him. He's a good fella, like. You know, that kind of way. We've a lot in common with the Italians. Number one is our balls. Men don't scare me. Getting Alzheimer's and being in a wheelchair does. That's what scares me. That's what I have to live with every fucking day now. I medication for. I have degenerative disc disease. Eyes are seizing up. Do you understand? When I walk, it's like that. Do you understand? But I get on with it because I have no other fucking choice. I could end my life. I could do what Dave Courtney did because he was in his pain. And he said it. He said, this is not pleasant for me. Well, believe this. This is not pleasant for me. And I don't know how I'm still here. Anyone else would have checked in. You know, here, this is Manchester. If I wanted to get something, do you understand? To leave no questions. You know, I've considered shooting myself in the head a few times. That's the truth. I like everybody, bro. Religion does not define me. Like, I don't need validating. If I say I get on with everybody. Good morning, Finn. Anyway, is there a point to your question? Like I said, guys, every morning I do me hour. I'm like 35 minutes in. I have a thing with time. Do you understand? It's an OCD kind of thing. Do you understand? I have to do a certain amount. It's like a drug for me. And it helps me mental health. You know. Finn, what do you think? Do you like it? I'm well gay. Well grey, sorry. Yeah, grey. Well grey. Not well gay, well grey. Listen, here. I would have spent an 80 quid to get a diet. No fucking way, bro. Here. I got a strip kit for $4.99 and a dye for $5.49, which is less than 15 quid. So I saved myself about 70. You know. Yeah, I'm just gonna do mobile hairdressing as a side earner, or what? Go on now with that, you big hairdresser, you big Nancy boy. Listen to me. I always wanted to have Halle Berry. Here, you know Halle Berry in X-Men. You see that hair was? I'm like, yeah, I'm having some of that. I had to follow 4 steps, right? Now check this out, right? Me missus says to me, I have to go out. I was like, what about me hair? I need you to help me. She said, I've just fucking put it in for you. All you need to do, Jude, is wait for an hour. Do you know what she had to do? She had to explain it to me like a kid in steps. You know. Nah, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I'll tell you straight. Listen. I'm in the early stages of it. you know. A lot of the signs, like sleepwalking and talking in your sleep, and it's like, because of all the choices I've made in my life, all the molecules in my brain have been eaten like dots in Pac-Man. I forget to wake up sometimes, and then my son punches me in the face. You know, look, I know what's coming, and I'm good with it. So it's like, I take every day now like it's me last. You know, I'm 600 away from my target. Sorry, 599. Do you not think I'll hit it? And here, I want to shout out to the person who's aggravated because I keep making shorts. Knock your notifications off then, little man. You little midget. Yeah, knock your little... Here. You're the tallest midget on YouTube. Knock your notifications off then. Rude boy. Have I tagged you in on? No. Well then, shut up. You big midget. So, from here on out, if you aggravate me, right, I'll put it another way, right. If I look you in the fucking eye and swear on my child's life and my brothers and sisters' graves that I didn't do something or I did do it, believe what I'm saying. Without saying anybody's name, somebody come into my live last week, had an attitude with me. If you're watching, you accuse me of doing something to something you sent me. And you hurt me feelings. You call me a liar. And something else for nothing. Your anger was not justified. If it's justified here, I'll hold me hands up. Your fucking tone was unjustified. Oops, someone's dying. Oh, fucking get used to it. Here. But nah, I get on with everybody. All jokes aside, it doesn't matter where you're from, what nationality you are, what religion you are. It's like, if we get along, we get along. You know, it's like YouTube is falling apart. 1 second, hang on. Falling apart. Everybody wants to be a tough guy on YouTube and call people names and grow their channel, their little channel, off the back of other people. Do you know another thing, right? You know, I made myself 3 New Year resolutions. Number 1 was not let people take the piss. Not let people slander my character. That's defamation of character. Just as well here. I don't need to report nobody. Malicious communication, defamation of character. Listen to me, yeah. You can't validate me, because I know where I am. Me family know where I am. I don't need to be around other guys for validation. You know. It's the human condition, you see, men. We were made a certain way and we won't talk about our feelings. We bottle it all up. And then what happens is you find out, you know, your mate that you asked a few weeks ago, was he alright? And he said, yeah, I'm alright, I'm grand. he fucking took his life. You know, Pete, like I said, I'm a survivor of suicide. I wanted off this planet, and I was ready. I had me bleeding suitcase with me, if you want to say that. I didn't have a suitcase with me, but I had. Does that make sense? I was ready. I had a pillow with me. I was ready. I didn't bring a pillow. Do you understand? I was ready. And I was a father. I'd have leaving 3 kids behind. No answers. My dad was enough, so he took his life. It wasn't that at all. I truly believed that I was a burden, and the pain I was in a few years, it's going to cripple me. So that was another reason, you know, losing my father. I didn't take it very well. So I made the decision, and I said, fuck it. It's happening tonight. We are away. We are vacating the planet. And I can't get hold of a firearm because nobody trusts me with one, because they know what I'll do with it, so they won't give it to me. You know. Like, sometimes I do think I'm 52 this year. I know where I know what's coming. I'm glad I know. I'd sooner know. You know, because you have to know your enemy. And when they're creeping up on you, you have to be able to try do something. But in this case, there's nothing I can do. Because of a lot of choices I've made over the years, I've taken a lot of drugs. I was a heroin addict, a cocaine addict, a crack addict, a tablet addict. I used to sniff gas, petrol, Tipex tinners, anything to get off me tits. And I used to do it to forget. I didn't want to remember me past. Like at 8 years old, I was sniffing gas. You know, like, I can't even imagine one of my children doing any of them at that age. You know, I had medical cannabis. I was in hospital Christmas Eve, so I've told you for years I'm on a shitload of medication. I've never hid that. Never. When I was on the cesspit, I was in certain groups, and I told you all, I've been on medications for years. You know, I could have hit my target 3 times. I could have been on 15,000 subs now if I had a calling loads of people out, like I've made. If you go and look at the analytics on my channel, I've hit 2.9 million people, right? 2.9 million people. I've made 7,059 videos. You know, and a 4,402 subs. That means I've got 598 to go. I set myself a target. 5,000 subs, 5,000 videos. I've made 2,000 extra videos. And in one of them videos have I called to anybody out. I could have done what everybody else did and call him Flash Gordon out, right? I have a nickname for everybody on here. Harry Potter, the Wizard, Danny Christie, split his head. I don't mention people's channels who are in the naughty side. Because I don't, you know, understand, I don't need to mention other people's channels for my channel to grow. I'll be honest with you. I remember watching a live once with him on it, and his father walked past him, bollock naked, and he didn't even flinch. Now, this was just before he fought Danny Christie, I think. His father walked past him butt naked, and he didn't even flinch. I'm like, he must have been interfered with. And here, I don't take things like that as a joke, you know, but I call him the Wizard. Zorro. Danny Christie put a fucking Z on his head. It's like, he put a Z on his head. So I give him a nickname. Harry Potter. The Wizard. Zorro. AKA Flash Gordon. Now, I could have grown my channel calling him out. I could have gaining loads of subs by calling Didio Craig loads of names. You know, anybody who's got a panic button in their house is a shook midget bitch. Yes, I could have grown my channel and calling him out because of what he said about 2 dead murdered kids. Yeah, I could have tagged him in loads of videos because he's well hard, isn't he? You know, anybody who gets anybody's channel struck, you're a bitch. You're a rat bastard. You know what? See, since I've been on YouTube, not once have I ever got another channel struck. You know what I mean? Only nerds do that. Do you understand? Why would you go and tell on somebody? You know, I don't like that shit. And another thing I don't like being called a fucking liar. Do you understand? 2 of my friends have crossed the line with me. For no reason, you went against me and I did nothing. Your anger was fucking unjustified. I'm away, right? I'm going.